Hey, what is going on YouTube? This is the Big K Cop 360 here, and sorry guys that I'm a bit late to the party. Had a few things going on, renovations and whatnot, but let's get straight to it. Now before I even talk about specifications, I gotta clarify guys, GTX 970, 980, these cards are game changers, man. The pricing that Nvidia has placed upon these cards, epic, great. You know, it's in typical Nvidia fashion. I would expect them to, you know, overprice the 980, overprice the 970, do all this BS, but finally, in terms of pricing, they've made a very good decision. Now let's just get to specs first. GTX 980 has 2048 CUDA cores, it has 128 texture units and 64 ROPs. It has a base core clock of 1126 MHz, which is a lot, and it has a memory clock of 1216 MHz, and it has a 165 watt TDP. Now in terms of pricing, the GTX 980 retails at a recommended retail price of $550 US. Now of course, if you're from Australia, add about 200 bucks to that, you're gonna be finding our 980s for like at least $700, more towards $750. I'm pretty sure there's one on this PCK skill retailing for about $819. So yeah, man, it's expensive here. It really is. I'll get into performance soon. When we talk about the GTX 970 though, this is the card people should really be looking at though. This card has 1664 CUDA cores, it has 104 texture units and 64 ROPs. However, it has a 145 watt TDP, it has a 1050 MHz core clock, and it has a 1176 memory clock. However, the pricing, this card only costs $329. $329. That is nuts. That is epic. Good on Nvidia. GG Nvidia. Honestly, when was the last time we saw Nvidia have their second highest card retail for around $300? That is great. 770 was definitely not $330. I don't believe 670 was. Maybe we have to go back way back. But this right here, man, this is great. Now let's start talking about first Australian price. Once again, yeah, adding about 200 bucks to that, you're gonna be finding 770s for at least 500, maybe like 480 if you're lucky. But you know, pricing, it's just expensive here. That's just the go. But in terms of performance, the GTX 980, you know, performance, it varies on which source you get it from. Like Linus Tech Tips overclocks his GPUs, so his results are kind of different to everyone else's. But then you look at like a non-tech and it's like all stock. So you know, it depends where you go, but the general consensus is that 980 performs between 780 and 780 Ti, but sometimes it beats 780 Ti. So once again, it depends on where you go. But first things first, man. I'm the realist. First things first, the card it's a beast. It can outperform the 780 Ti in some circumstances. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And it only costs $550, which is cheaper than the 780 Ti. Now when we talk about the 970, this thing, man, this card is the shit. It's the shit. This card outperforms the GTX 770. It kind of sits between the 770 and the 780. However, once again, depends on where you get your benchmarks from. So it might be a bit worse than 770 in some cases, might be better, but generally it's better. So for $330, you're getting real value, man. Some real legitimate value. So what does this mean? Well, AMD apparently on the 25th of September is coming out with something we've never seen before. So hopefully, or I'm assuming this is a counter to the 980 and 970. Hopefully we see that R9 390X I talked about a few days ago. So man, I'm pumped for it. Comment down below guys what you think of the 980 and 970, and tell me if you're gonna buy one, because I'm sure as hell not, because I don't have that cash. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.